So let's move to Oasis, the on-air social interaction server. With the onset of social media, Facebook, Twitter, along with studio emails, SMS, what people really needed was a neater way to display all the interaction in one place, in a radio-specific way, without having multiple browsers, multiple accounts open on a studio PC. For our demo here, we're looking at the social media that's hitting the studio of BBC Radio 1 in London right now. What we've done is to convert some of the tweets into SMS messages for our demo. What we've got in front of us here at the moment is the all queue. Anything that mentions them on Twitter, whether they're being followed or not, anyone that DMs them, anyone that comments on a Facebook post they put up earlier on. As with previous versions of Phonebox, you can log in as a station or a show. Now, with Oasis, you can look at different Facebook or Twitter accounts associated with that one show. So it could be the station account, it could be the presenter's account, it could be a generic show account. The Oasis server itself is monitoring these accounts 24 hours a day and pulling in all the information and providing analytic data as well. If you tap on a message, you can see it in more detail and you'll still see the other messages scrolling behind. If a message contains a photo, we can bring up that by clicking on the paperclip as well. So that's the all queue. All messages from SMS, Twitter, Facebook, Google+, email. You can also create other message queues, which can include social media that's not necessarily been directed at you. It's the real power of Oasis that sets it apart from other systems that purely collate incoming messages into one or multiple queues. We can also link into your playout system to bring up the official Facebook and Twitter feeds of the current playing artist. Also Next and the Next Plus One as well. What we do, we go off to the Music Brains database, find their official feeds and bring up that information as the song changes. Likewise, you can bring up the pictures and view them in the same way as you did with the all queue. What we have in the centre of the screen is what we call the on-air queue. This can form the running order for everything in the programme that isn't music based. So in exactly the same way as you have a running order for your songs, you can build up a running order for social media interaction as well. As each of these messages are read, you can click the red button and it will go on to the next item in the queue. Multiple Phonebox workstations can have access to this same queue, meaning that multiple people can collaborate on the same show. One taking phone calls, placing them on hold into the on-air queue. The same with social media messages. We can drop that into the queue there as well. You can also manually specify a smart queue by selecting identity and typing the person's name into the box. This will bring up their official Facebook and Twitter feeds, including any pictures they've recently posted. We can also use a smart queue to pinpoint a location. This could be somewhere in your transmission area and bring up any social media sent from that location based on the geotags. Again, any of these we can drop into the on-air queue for the presenter to read on air. We also have a VIP queue which filters based on how influential people are. The more followers a person has got, the more chance you've got of a retweet. So we've created this queue to find the most influential people that follow the radio station. Quick queues are for generating lists based on keywords, hashtags, or Twitter lists. We can put in the keyword sunshine and we'll get a whole bunch of messages containing that word, not necessarily targeted at the radio station itself. We can also make this based on hashtags, or we can change it to be an official Facebook Twitter list. This one being a Twitter list of UK members of Parliament. Nice. So we've got the all queue, all information coming into the radio station, a smart queue where we go out and search out other information, and quick queues that we can leave preset on these hotkeys and jump back to them at any point in our programme. Another powerful part of Oasis is the analytics. We can quickly gather information from the world of social media. We can look at live messaging into the radio station, updated every minute across an hour. We can also see the total number of messages we've had in and the proportion between the social media types. We can also analyse the speech that's been used in those messages, plotting them on a graph of positive and negative. Here we've got some examples of positive words and negative words that have been used with people messaging in the radio station. Also on this graph, we plot which song was playing at the time. The followed option gives us a top 10 list of other people on Twitter that are followed by the people that have been messaging the radio station. So the radio station's at the top. We've got Ed Sheeran, Katy Perry, a couple of caller artists, the radio station, and also in the list we've got presenters on the radio station as well. This can be a quite interesting list, which is kept updated. We've also got the mentioned top 10 lists as well. So people that have messaged, what hashtags have they been using? It's the last 5,000 people that have got in touch. They've been using the hashtag tuxedo, the show there as well. If we press one, we can bring up some examples of how they've been used and also turn those into one of the quick cues. The list at the bottom here are the hashtags been used by followers of the radio station between their own group of friends. So not necessarily messages that have been targeted at the radio station, but messages that have been sent to each other. So we can quickly identify subjects that perhaps we should be talking about as a radio station, and again open those up and bring those up as a quick cue on the system. Other analytics we've got retweeted, so messages that have been sent out by the radio station that have been shared by our listeners. So what's captured their imagination this afternoon? Anything you can do on the social media platform you can do within Phonebox as well. So if you want to update our status from a particular Twitter account, we can set that to be at a time in the future, maybe for just before tomorrow's programme. We can add an image to that as well, which we can scale to the right social media platform, in this case Twitter. We can crop that all within Phonebox and even add a station logo to the correct opacity. Once we're done, we can add some text and click send. You can also send a direct message to people who have been in touch with the show in the last predetermined period of time using a particular keyword or hashtag. You can also redirect a message to a different department within your radio station. In this example, we can forward this message on email to the news team. If you have a studio visualization system as well, such as Virtual Director, we can publish that to a queue of messages for visualization along with any photographs it may contain. You can also send it to your website. Replies or multiple retweets are shown in this 3D form here, so we can click on that message and see the particular responses to it. Same applies to messages from Facebook as well, where responses are shown in the stack beneath. You can also filter messages dependent on social media type, a particular account, or again with a particular keyword. For more information on Phonebox 4 or bolt-on products, visit bionics.co.uk or email us sales@bionics.co.uk.